Hey guys, welcome back to Three Terrible Gamers. This is episode 44, and I'm here with Colin.
Hey guys.
All right, we have some topics left over from last week to go over first, and then we're going to get into this week. A lot happened in this week, so hopefully we get to it all. But starting off, Microsoft has been blocked from buying Activision for now as a judge grants temporary restraining order.
Uh, yeah, I was like, but ironically enough, it's actually a good thing in Microsoft's favor because it's the type of decision that has to be made. It opens up more routes for Microsoft to go on and put the deadline on when more decisions will be final, but real legal fun will begin now. So how this works is since they granted a temporary restraining order, it's technically a decision to an extent. So, which means even if it was to come down to it, Microsoft could appeal it, which means they would have to open it back up and everything else.
Right.
So that's one legal action thing they take. That's one legal route they could go, not necessarily an action. And then it also, because where it's a temporary restraining order, it puts a true deadline on what the courts have to come back and say and view it. So the judges may have just done it just to sit on it for now to think about their decision because judges are supposed to be impartial in this situation.
Okay. So I know you know more about the legal stuff than I do, but um, yeah. So Microsoft's they're having a hard time getting this deal through, which we knew they would. Everybody's against it. They say, "Oh, it's unfair to the gaming world," when it's really not. I'd prefer to have it. And I want Call of Duty on Game Pass. I got a 3 month subscription free that came with my Asus ROG Ally, and so I'm using Game Pass for now. So it's pretty nice. I'd like to have Call of Duty on there though, but it says while the FTC is attempting to stop Microsoft from finalizing its deal before the deadline of July 18th, Microsoft stated that the injunction was a good thing as it would speed up the legal process. Like you said, it is a good thing, and hopefully it does go through. Or if it doesn't, then maybe, like we said before, we can just get it here in the US and not the UK. Maybe.
Yeah, but once the decision's made on one end, it's going to make. I mean, I'm hoping the whole world can get it worldwide,
Right.
but if we got to sacrifice the UK, as I said before, we can sacrifice the UK.
That's right. Sorry, guys, but I mean, if it comes down to it, I'm sorry. You just changed your VPN and you can be in the US at that point or anywhere else in the world except the UK, and you should be able to play it that way.
But at the end of the day, it's literally just. I think it's going to wind up going through. It's just Sony and the FTC are going to make it as hard as possible.
Sony has no reason because they'll still have Call of Duty on the PlayStation. I don't get what they're upset about. I mean, I know what they're upset about. They're selfish and that's how they are, but just let gamers have fun with Call of Duty on the go. But like I said, they have until July 18th is the deadline for this deal. So hopefully something will happen before then.
Yeah.
All right. So could Activision, if the deal goes through, make a Halo game for Xbox?
Xbox actually responded to it themselves, and I believe the guy's name is Matt Booty.
Yep.
But he said if something like this were to happen, it would have to come from the studios, which means it would be completely up to the studios is if they wanted to do this or not. Which knowing the two studios, they probably would wind up partnering like that just to do it for the fun of it.
Right.
But it's unlikely that we would come in and dictate from the top,
Right.
is what he finished with the statement. So he's saying it would be not Microsoft or Xbox themselves would not have any involvement in it. It would just be their little kind of side project thing, like how we mentioned before with like Link's Awakening
Right.
with Nintendo. It was just a fun thing that the developers were doing on the side just for fun. So that's basically what this game would wind up being.
Right. So basically, instead of Xbox or Microsoft dictating it, they'd let the 343 Studios, who makes Halo games, just go at it and see what they can come up with. Um, Halo, I would like to see more Call of Duty aspects in Halo. So since I got, like I said, that ROG Ally, I've been playing some Halo on Game Pass, Halo Infinite, and the multiplayer is it's different. I mean, obviously it's a different game than Call of Duty, but it's just noticeably different. The combat, the fighting, and everything is just different. So I think it would favor Halo and be a good thing if they got more Call of Duty aspects to it. Not that Halo's a bad game. I like all the Halo games that I've played. I've played 1, 2, 3, and 5, I believe. And then Infinite now. But they're all good games. But I miss the Call of Duty. It needs to be more like Call of Duty, and I think it would have been if Bungie would still be in control of it because they make Destiny now,
Yeah.
and Destiny's more Call of Duty like than Halo is. But since Bungie, went off and done Destiny, left Xbox, you know, and now 343 is in control of Halo, it's different. But and now Sony owns Bungie, so it'll never come back to Xbox. But yeah, I think it would be a good thing if they did make it more like Call of Duty. Not exactly like Call of Duty, but just maybe just the gunfight, and that's it, and the movement.
Well, I'm going to go against with how you're thinking with it. Yeah, it would be a good thing, but not in the way you're thinking of. I think the best route for them to take, especially trying it out, would be kind of like a Black Ops 2 Dead Ops arcade style Halo Call of Duty combination.
Like a
I think that
top
would be pretty sweet to
down
see.
2D kind of thing.
Top down. Yeah,
That'd be cool. Yeah. I
I think
forgot all about
I think
Dead
it'd be
Ops.
like a good test for it. Yeah, I think that would be like a good test for it. Or was it on Black Ops? Regular Black Ops, not Black Ops 2.
Dead Ops Arcade. It was on. I can't remember. I think it was Black Ops 2, but I could be wrong. It could have been on original Black Ops.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm second guessing myself now. I think it is on the original Black Ops opposed to Black Ops 2.
One of the two. I don't remember, but it's on one of them. And I do remember it now that you said that, but I completely forgot it even existed before you said that.
But anyways, whichever game that is on, I think that would be like a good trial slash test run for the audiences to be like, hey, yeah, this would be a good combination now to put it in 3D style. That way they save resources and stuff and just put it as 2D as first just to test it out.
Similar to what they did, I guess, when they was making Breath of the Wild, they put it in the world of the original game, 2D, just to interact with everything, and then they transferred it over to 3D.
Hmm.
Yeah, be pretty cool. It's a good idea.
Regardless, it'll get an M rating.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. All right, so I think it was a week before last we was talking about the Zelda movie rumors, and the Mario movie producer speaks up on those rumors.
Yeah, obviously there's been rumors going around, and we've been pretty much talking about it since, I guess, really before the film, because we was talking about the live action one well before the Mario movie even went out.
Right.
But obviously, it's at this point it's just rumors. But uh, Chris Meledandri
Close enough.
said that he don't even understand where these rumors came from in the first place, but also that isn't a straight answer as well, and we know how Nintendo likes to be sneaky with that type of stuff. So I think he's pretty much just going out there and be like, "Oh yeah, no, I don't know where you guys are getting this from," just for him to smack us with the Legend of Zelda within the next couple of years.
Yeah, so it says that the producer of the Super Mario movie has denied recent rumors of an upcoming animated Legend of Zelda film. But I believe it was the episode before last. Also, we talked about that two different Nintendo franchise movies or shows were canceled on Netflix because Netflix leaked those early. So, of course, he's going to deny these because he doesn't want it canceled. So, I think it is a real thing. I mean, they would both studios, Nintendo and Illumination, would be stupid not to do it from the success of the Super Mario movie. But yeah, of course he's going to deny it because he doesn't want it canceled. Like, Netflix had their Zelda thing canceled because of rumors, and they also had a Star Fox show or movie canceled because, they leaked it early. So I think it's still a real thing. He's just denying it because he wants it to happen. So, I mean, it could be wrong, could be fake, but I think it is a real thing, and he just doesn't want it canceled.
Yeah, I'm on the same boat on that one because, like you said, it'd be kind of stupid for them not to do it. But like I said, we know that Nintendo likes to be sneaky with that type of stuff.
And,
So, I mean, it
and
just makes sense for it to.
Nintendo's weird about that stuff. Any other company like Xbox or Sony, if their movie or whatever got leaked, they would still do it. Nintendo's not like that. If they get leaked, they're like, okay, we'll just cancel it. We'll have, we don't need it. We're making enough money on the games. We don't need that. They're weird.
Yeah, because it would definitely be a bigger money revenue. But I mean, they strive more on, like, especially like Tears of the Kingdom situation, keeping it under wraps for as long as possible, and then
Just
trying that tactic. I
let
mean,
the
and
hype
obviously it
blow up.
works.
Let the hype blow up, and then it works apparently. So
I mean, shoot, they was pretty secretive about the Mario movie for a while.
yeah, and then it seemed like all of a sudden once they released that first trailer, we was getting one pretty often. I think we got what 3 or 4 of them before the movie finally released. So we was getting them. I mean, not every week or anything, but pretty often, I guess.
Same way with Tears of the Kingdom. It
Yeah,
was the same exact setup.
yeah, it works. I mean, both both Tears of the Kingdom and the Super Mario movie were a huge success because of the secrecy and people just wanting more, wanting to know more, wanting to know more, and then it finally releases, and they're like, okay, we got to go find out what this is all about.
Yep.
Yep. So I mean, it's a good strategy for Nintendo, I guess. I mean, it kind of sucks for the customer, not knowing much about the game or the movie until it's basically there, but it works to get your interest in there. All right, moving on to this week's topics. So we had a huge week in gaming news, but the Metal Gear Solid Master Collection was announced.
Yeah, it was announced on a Nintendo Direct. If you guys haven't watched it yet, which I mean, you don't even have to watch the whole thing. You can literally type in the Metal Gear Solid Master Collection, and it'll be the first video that pops up.
Yeah,
And it's only like I think, minute and like 40 seconds, something close to that. But it comes with a lot,
yeah,
actually. I mean,
quite a
I
lot.
think it's going to be what I want to assume that it's going to be $60. I couldn't imagine that they do anything more with it not
Or
being a
I couldn't
technical
imagine them
first.
doing anything less.
Yeah, been 70 or 60.
60.
Okay. Yeah, 60. Not. That's what I was saying. I wouldn't see it going 70, but
But it's not like a collection that's going to be $40 or anything. Not with what's packed into it.
no, because it comes with both 3D and 2D Metal Gear Solid games.
Hmm.
Uh, it has Metal Gear Solid uh 1, Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty, Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater. Uh, you can also see Metal Gear, Metal Gear Solid Snake, which are 2D versions, and then the NES versions, which is also 2D, which is Metal Gear and Snake's Revenge. And then there's digital add-ons, like I think there's a digital trying to think what it's called. It's not a comic, graphic novel. There we go.
Yep.
A graphic novel. I believe a detailed like book report, like kind of like how you would go in the old days to try to figure out how to beat the games or
Like a
whatever.
strategy
They got
guide.
like those at yeah, they got like I believe it's a strategy guide tied into it, or it may just be like a story thing that you can read into the story more in depth.
Yeah, so Konami really surprised me on this. They, officially revealed everything. And it says it's going to be 50 euros, so whatever that is in US, probably almost 60, I would say. But maybe not quite, but I'd say 59.99, I would assume. But it says the Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 1. So I guess there's going to be more volumes. Volume 1 usually
I
means
believe it
more.
was like, yeah, I believe it was like 18 hours ago they posted that there was going to be a volume two as well.
Okay.
But that means that they're going to have to strip Metal Gear Solid 4 from Sony because they have the rights to Metal Gear Solid 4.
Right. Yeah, and good luck with, well, I mean, Konami, I mean, it's their IP, I guess. So technically
Yeah,
they have the rights too. I mean,
it's still going to be like, I mean, it's still going to be a legal battle regardless, but
right.
because with it being Sony for so long, they can still try to fight it a little bit. But yeah, Sony technically has more rights to it than anybody else other than Konami, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah, there's quite a bit in this collection. Colin's already mentioned it, but I'll go ahead and mention it again. It comes with the original Metal Gear, Metal Gear 2, Solid Snake, Metal Gear Solid, including VR missions and special missions, Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty HD Collection version, Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater HD Collection version, Metal Gear, the NES and FC Famicom version, and Snake's Revenge. And then it says the digital graphic novels and the strategy guides. So it's apparently supposed to be released on October 24th, which is sooner than I figured with all this included. I figured it wouldn't be quite done yet, but I guess it is, or it should be, because that's about 4 months from now. So
Yeah.
not bad, not
I
bad.
wonder if they, I wonder if they kept in the cheat code for Solid Snake
I
or
don't,
for Snake Eater. My bad.
I don't know. I
Because
hope.
do you know the cheat code for Solid? I mean, for Snake Eater.
Mm-mm.
So when it originally released on like the PlayStation 2 era consoles, uh, it, it was the final boss was like nearly impossible to beat. It was possible to beat, but it was like super hard. But there was a cheat code in play, and it wasn't a Konami code. You could, which I'm going to tell you how to beat the game, but I'm not going to tell you the ending of the game. So there's technically not a spoiler, but if you ever wanted to try to cheat a game, you can. And I mean, if you decide to get to this collection, you get down to the very end and you can't beat the boss. There is one way, at least in the old way of beating it, was you could set your PlayStation 2 date to a week ahead, and then the guy would die of old age,
Oh, I've
opposed
heard
to you
that.
having to. Yeah.
Hmm. I don't know. I don't know if they'll do
So,
that or not.
I mean, I found it kind of funny, but that's you can literally kill a guy from old age just by waiting a week.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Um, I don't know, because it seems like a lot of games that are remade, they don't keep the cheat codes in them anymore. I mean, some games do, like um, the GTA trilogy, they had cheat codes, but I don't
Yeah.
know. Some other games don't when they remade. So I mean, I prefer to have them still in there because that was a huge thing back in our day when we was younger. Cheat codes were everywhere in almost every single game ever released, and that's just fallen away in the past several years. But I miss cheat codes being in every game. It was always fun to look up on super cheats different games and different cheat codes and want to see what they did and stuff. So hopefully they keep it in there.
Yeah, I agree with you. Bringing up Grand Theft Auto, you think that Konami made this game. There's literally the Konami cheat code, which is well known by every gamer there is. So the Konami code is literally a known cheat code that literally everybody knows in this community. So it would make sense for them to still keep cheat codes in their games because, I mean, literally the Konami code is the easy way.
Yeah.
Even if
Yeah.
it's not technically Konami code that beats that game for you, it's something else. But like I said, it's literally a franchise, a company that just relies on it. There we go. Company sounds better than a franchise because literally every Konami game has the Konami code in it, and it does something for the game.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, hopefully it'll stay in there. All right. A Sonic Central event was announced.
Yeah, it really threw me off because I mean, I guess we're going to celebrate him being 32, opposed to what would have been 30.
Yeah. 2 years ago. Right.
But Sega has recently revealed that plans to host the Sonic Central showcase on June 23rd, 2023, which is what,
Yesterday.
yesterday? Yeah.
But
So
when
we're
I done my notes, I never seen where they even announced anything in it. Like it was still saying it was upcoming.
yeah. In celebration of Sonic Hedgehog's birthday, the iconic game first appeared on Genesis console on June 23rd, 1991. Scheduled to commence, which of course none of this really matters now, time frame wise, because we're a day late, and even if we would have done it yesterday, it still would have been a little late to it.
Yeah.
But it was 8 a.m. Pacific time, 11 a.m. Eastern time, and 5 p.m. CET time, which is, I'm guessing that's somewhere across the other half of the world. Uh,
I don't know.
the duration of the showcase has not officially disclosed. However, Sega hinted at the possibility of unveiling a new Sonic the Hedgehog projects, including games. Fans will have two options for watching the Sonic Central 2023 showcase. They can either tune in to the official Twitch dedicated to the series or catch the event on YouTube. While there are currently no live placeholder pages on YouTube, eager viewers can anticipate its availability soon. Sega has not provided specific details regarding the nature of the Sonic the Hedgehog game, news, or announcements that will be shared during the presentation. The company's announcement only mentions the project partnerships and events, suggesting potential discussion of upcoming conventions where Sega might make an appearance throughout 2023. So technically, I guess you can go back and watch all this on YouTube at this point.
Or Twitch. Yeah. It, but like I said, when I even done my notes, it was like what 9 o'clock last night when you called me. So I still had no insight on what happened in the event because it wasn't anywhere online that I could see. So that being said, just look up what happened at the event. But since I know nothing about the event and it happened yesterday, I'm predicting that it would say the Sonic Frontiers updates, like, because they were, remember the DLC, they were supposed to have something for his birthday. They never said what, but it was part of the DLC. I'm sure they announced that, what that was, what was in that. So that's the only thing I can predict, and probably something that we'll talk about here in a little bit with that new Sonic game, being announced. They'll probably have something along that, maybe
Yeah,
a little further in detail of what that game is about and everything, the story and everything.
potentially.
Yeah. But just look it up. That's all I can tell you because I couldn't find anything, like I said, after it even aired. So, Final Fantasy XVI ratings are out.
Yeah, it's got a 88 on Metacritic, 9 out of 10 on IGN, and on Eurogamer, not Famer, like I accidentally typed in my notes. Uh, it got 3 out of 5, so it only got a 60% on that. So I went ahead and done my typical Colin thing whenever we talk about ratings. I went ahead and done a deep dive since this isn't a remake. So I would have done a deep dive on the whole entire series.
Okay.
So 7 of the Final Fantasy games out of the 16 are in the 90s Metacritic score wise. I went ahead and dumbed it down because I wasn't going through every single game because there
All
is 16
16
of
of
them.
them.
Yeah. So 7 of the 16 games are in the 90s. I think 94 is the highest one has got, and I believe that was Final Fantasy 9. uh, and two are in the high 70s, and those are the two lowest rated. So right there where 16 at, it's pretty much right there in the middle of the pack where the rest of it is. So like I said, it's a pretty average rating for the whole series.
Right.
And I believe it was 2 and 3 that had the 70s on Metacritic.
Okay. Yeah, so just on Metacritic itself, because I know Colin always has the deep diving, so I don't have to do it. I just do the deep diving, I guess, on Metacritic, do all the ratings on there. But it is an 88 overall on Metacritic with 100 positive, 8 mixed, and 0 negative, with 108 critic reviews. The user score is surprisingly only a 7 out of 10 with 507 ratings. Final Fantasy, I know it's a very, very, very loved franchise. I mean, a ton of gamers love it, but me personally, like I've said before, it's a RPG, so I've never really got into the series. Maybe I'd like it if I did, but I just RPG can't get into it that much.
No, and I mean, really the only one I've ever had hype for was 7.
Yeah, well, I think that's
But
one of the
that,
fan favorites of all time is
yeah,
7.
it is. And that's the only reason why I wanted to play this because I'm just like, okay, literally everybody loves this game. But like I said, surprisingly enough, Metacritic wise, it's not even the top rated one. I think it's in the top 3, but it's not number 1.
Hmm. So did you play it? You said?
No, I've never played it. No,
Oh,
I
you
said that'd
wanted to
be the
play
only
it.
one.
Oh, okay.
That's the only one I would be interested in playing.
Oh, okay. Okay, gotcha. Probably got time for one more. So which one do I want to pull out? There's so
I'm just here.
much. There's so much here that I want to go over that we don't have time for.
Such little time.
Huh?
You're acting like we just ramble on.
Uh, there's a that Nintendo Direct was ridiculous. It was like banger after banger after banger in that thing.
It was.
All right, so I'm wasting time picking. So let's go ahead and do the new Sonic game.
So you're continuing off the one thing.
Yeah.
Uh, so in the Nintendo Direct, a new 2D Sonic game got announced. It was revealed at Summer Game Fest 2023. Sonic Superstars is coming to PS5, PlayStation 4, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PC. So pretty much every console out there
Yep.
this fall. And unlike fellow 2D platformers, I guess technically Superstar like edition rated with Sonic Mania Sonic Mania and Sonic Origins, fans won't have to wait for the physical releases. I guess that was a major thing with those two is that they both came to digital first.
Yeah.
Uh, but the game is getting a digital and physical launch at the same time. It will also be the first full price 2D Sonic game in a very long time with the $60 price tag.
Yeah. Um, it looks really good because I I like 3D Sonic, but it seems like later in the 3D Sonic, I guess, life, it's harder and harder to get good because they've come out with a lot of bad 3D Sonic games. I mean, the first few were good, like Adventure 2, and Colors,
Heroes.
Heroes. They were good, but they got worse and worse. But 2D Sonic, that's kind of hard to mess up because it's a 2D Sonic game. But this one is a little different. The graphics are really good and surprising for a Sonic 2D game, because it's not like the original. Most of the time when they release a 2D Sonic game, they try to stick to the original pixelated look and graphics. It's cleaned up in this and it looks really good. But it says Sonic Superstars isn't a straight follow up to the 2017 Sonic Mania. It's a new spin on side-scrolling Sonic featuring 3D graphics and 4-player local multiplayer support for the entire campaign. Players can choose between Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and Amy as they take on Dr. Eggman and returning classic foe Fang. Longtime Sonic fans will remember Fang from his original role in Sonic the Hedgehog Triple Trouble on the Sega Game Gear, and for his later appearance as a playable character on the Sonic the Fighters. So it looks really good, and I'm really excited for this. I'll pick it up. Probably not day one, but I'll get it eventually and try it out. Give it a rating, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it looks really good. I really want to do the next one, but we don't have time, so we'll save that for next week. And the other ones I skipped too, I guess.
Yeah, because I'm lazy and I'll probably just revamp everything.
That's fine. They need to go be whenever because they're good.
Yeah, they're still going to be up to date.
Yeah, yeah, they're really good. But we appreciate you guys for listening or watching live, whichever. And make sure to always follow us on Twitch to watch our streams live. Subscribe to us on YouTube. You can watch us live there as well. Follow us on Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Buy our merch on Redbubble. Join our Discord to find out all the latest news for our podcast. And anytime we may have to miss a episode for whatever reason. And my personal Twitch and YouTube and Kick accounts. And I think that's it.
All right. Later, guys.
See you guys next week.